This is ESPN ESPORTS. I'm Arda Ocal. Major news dropped just minutes ago. Microsoft Mixer is shutting down, and there is a partnership in place with Facebook Gaming. Let's read the details here. So both Mixer and Facebook Gaming put up blog posts, and the gist of it is Microsoft Mixer is shutting down the operations side and is inviting all of their Mixer streamers to move on to Facebook Gaming. And Facebook Gaming will be offering them, Mixer partners will be granted partner status with Facebook Gaming. The platform will honor and match all existing partner agreements as closely as possible. Mixer partners will receive an update from Mixer today on how to kick off the sign-up process. So that's for the streamers themselves. But the big news here is that what we once thought would be the biggest competitor to Twitch is now falling completely off the map, shutting down, and moving into a partnership with another platform that was trying to get into the competitive space of these streamer wars, as we called them for the last year, and now basically handing off their streamer base. But not necessarily all of them. We also did hear that major streamers, according to The Verge, major streamers like Ninja and Shroud have been bought out of their contracts, which means that they are free to explore other options, including going back to Twitch. So there is a lot to unpack here. Number one, it was only a matter of time. And I hate to say it like this because it's not like anyone was really rooting for Microsoft Mixer's demise. And in fact, we spent a lot of the summer, it was August 2019 when Ninja made this giant move, and it's since been reported to be in the $20 to $30 million range per year. Just a giant shift in how streamers were dealt with in terms of major platforms. It was no longer the streamers need the platforms. It was now the platforms need the streamers, especially the top level. And we spent several months after that first Ninja announcement hypothesizing who the next streamers might be. We kept an eye on Dr. Disrespect and Dr. Lupo and Courage and Shroud, etc. And we heard all of these announcements. Where are they going? Some went to Mixer and followed Ninja. Others stayed with Twitch. Some even went to Facebook Gaming. Zero and Disguised Toast as perfect examples. And since that time, it really died down. We didn't hear much from Microsoft Mixer. We did hear a little bit from Ninja and Shroud in terms of big plans that were coming for 2020 and how to improve the platform. And maybe the pandemic had something to do with that. Maybe 2020 just wasn't the right time to be able to execute all of this. But it moved really fast in terms of the economics and how far behind Mixer got in terms of competing with Twitch on the platform, whether it was advertising dollars or whether it was eyeballs watching the platforms. It really feels like Mixer just fell behind. And if there was one platform that really gained traction through all of this, it was YouTube Gaming. YouTube was really the one that emerged as the number two, or as the number one competitor, I should say, to Twitch, and number two in the streamer wars, so to speak. They made some big signings. They also made some exclusive esports signings, of course, with Activision Blizzard and the Call of Duty League and the Overwatch League, but also with streamers like Courage JD as a great example of getting exclusive content on YouTube. And now, Microsoft Mixer shuttering at this point in time, I didn't think that it would come so soon, but it still felt like it was only a matter of time. My second point on this is not something to celebrate. I am not celebrating the closure of a major streaming platform, particularly as it pertains to the streamers. I really believe that the more variety there is, the better it is for the streamers, simply because the more you get to a monopoly, the more you get to one or two major functioning platforms, and they are the only games in town to make a decent living, that's where you get into a dynamic of power or negotiation that falls in the favor of the large companies, the streaming platforms in this case, as opposed to the streamers themselves. More options means more money to be made for the streamers. And yes, for large streamers with established platforms and ones that are at the top of their game, you know, the tippy top 0.001%, they will grab that bag. They will get paid. I'm certain that Ninja and Shroud will, no matter where they want to go, whether it's YouTube, whether it's Twitch, even Facebook Gaming, wherever they go next, they will get a large contract. There's no doubt about that. But for the other streamers, certainly the mid-level streamers and below that, you got to wonder what's going to be next for them. Now there's one less platform for them to be able to monetize. And yes, a lot of these streamers do stream on multiple platforms at once until they find their footing on one particular platform. But competition is good. And so to see one less platform is not something to necessarily celebrate and something to be overjoyed about, especially if you're a streamer that's starting out and trying to look for your platform and look for your footing. The third thing I want to mention here is whether or not this is good for Facebook gaming. Certainly, they're going to get a lot of new content. They're going to get a lot of new streamers. But is this going to be enough? And, of course, the first names that you would think of are Ninja and Shroud and King Gothalion, the top, tippy-top streamers that had signed exclusively with Mixer, in particular Ninja. And you got to wonder, now his options are open. Is he going to go back and talk to Twitch? Is he going to go to Facebook or to YouTube Gaming? There are all these options available to him. The sky's the limit for someone like Ninja. I mean, if he really wanted to, he could even make his own platform and he can stream there, and it would be profitable for him. But I'm sure that he has tons of options that he can look at. And now decisions are going to be made for streamers that are at all levels that were streaming on Mixer, whether exclusively or not, whether they move on to Facebook Gaming and take advantage of that partner program that has been put in place there, or whether they explore other options, maybe go back to Twitch or find another platform. But I don't know if this is going to be necessarily a huge boon for Facebook Gaming, because truthfully, we don't talk about Facebook Gaming as much as we do Twitch and YouTube. They seem very much like an afterthought, at least up until this point. They really haven't been in the conversation of top streaming platforms, whether it's the AI, whether it's the functionality, whether it's the exclusives that they have. We just don't really talk about Facebook Gaming in the conversation. Now, is that going to change? We'll see. It's going to take a little bit more. In my opinion, it's going to take more exclusives. It's going to take more high-end content, and it's going to take more accessibility for viewers overall for us to bring them into the conversation as the solid number 3. But right now, to me, it's a two-horse race between Twitch and YouTube Gaming, at least as we stand in June 2020. And it's going to be interesting to see where the top streamers go from here, especially Ninja and Shroud, like I just said. Are they going to go back to Twitch? Are they going to go to YouTube? Are they going to entertain Facebook Gaming? Time will tell. So those are my 3 takeaways from this enormous news that Microsoft Mixer is going away completely, and there's a partnership with Facebook Gaming to allow some streamers to move forward. But as it pertains to the giant streamers that have been released from their contracts, according to The Verge, now we wait and see what their next moves will be. Let us know in the comments below what you think about this move, or what you think about this news, whether you think that this is good news for certain streamers, whether this is bad news for certain streamers, and whether you watched Mixer much at all. Like, how much Mixer had you watched in the last year? I'm very curious to hear whether or not you saw Mixer as a viable platform and how much you actually tuned in the last year or so. Let us know in the comments below.